thing I love about cars, like every car is different, but anytime slow, fast, you just get on it. It's just a good feeling.
Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses running. Oh baby, 125 in the middle of the night, got my engine thundering.
My name's Mike Creedon. I'm a Clevelander. A couple years back, I think it was 16, I was invited down. At the time I had a GT4 in Carmine Red. We did a cruise, as they say, which was a fun and maybe illicit ride down to Hocking Hills and back. And then we sort of went in together to the first Cars and Coffee I'd ever been to. So I started kind of with a bang in that sense. I didn't know anybody. I actually knew one person who led the cruise, which was amazing. We get into Cars and Coffee. I've been back ever since. It's rare for me to miss a meet. We have so much fun. I foolishly traded the GT4 for this GT3, which is a 2015. It is a 991.1. If you remember, the 14s had all of their engines replaced by the manufacturer. This car is not entirely stock. We had 1,000 miles on it when I bought it, because you know the game with the GT car allocations. This car's got HRE wheels. Those are R101 LWs, lightweights. I'm told by Esoteric that those wheels are as light as the full carbon fiber Porsche wheels on the exclusive. Kind of hard to believe, but I heard it credibly, so I'll go with that. It's fun. We sent them back actually to San Diego, had them dipped, and I was going for that Orem look that Porsche has, and they're a little more gold than that, but I like it. We did change up the calipers to Maritime Blue, which is a paint to sample Porsche color. Those are the ceramic, carbon ceramic brakes. We added stainless steel brake lines to it for a little bit more bite. Fellas over at Esoteric put on some K&W, I think they call them Club Sport 2-way or 3-way. Very adjustable, though I haven't had it long enough to adjust. And I'm excited about getting it to the track, which I think I'll probably have my first opportunity in the fall. It's been an absolute gas. I've had different graphics on the car, trying to get comfortable with what I really like. It was really weird and difficult to try to, the silver car, gold calipers. It was difficult to integrate yellow into the graphics, and so we zipped all of that out and put in the blue, and I'm comfortable with it. I like it. It's fun. You know, I don't get to drive it as much as I'd like to, but anytime I can get down here and be with my friends in Columbus, I love it. I take that chance every time. I love our cruises. If you're not down with Columbus Cars and Coffee, come on down and be with us. No matter what you drive, if you think it's cool, we think it's cool. Would love to meet you and see you and become friends. I noticed that the Cars and Coffee group is really, it could be renamed, you know, Friends and Conversations. Because if you know the car community, you know that it's about people. The cars are a means to an end. You got to get there somehow. But ultimately, it's about making friends and meeting people, and it's just so much fun. We did an Akrapovic exhaust on this car, and it's just cat back. I'm unfortunately in one of the 5 counties in Ohio that won't permit me to go all the way from what would be the headers back. I would love to do that. As I like to say, despite it's just cat back, despite I can't lose any weight, the car lost about 49.5 pounds. And there's some rap about that might add an ounce of torque or horsepower. I'm not sure. I totally buy into that, but it looks good. It sounds good. It's titanium. Who doesn't like titanium? It's a lot of fun. It's a different sound. It seems to have its own note. And if you're curious about it, go to akrapovic.com, check out their videos, and you'll notice each different vehicle has its own unique sound. Very fun. Glad I did it.
Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. It's a war zone.
they turn the same direction. I've got a family member with a C4S, where in his case, of course, he's got four-wheel drive, and in my case, it's four-wheel steering. Very different ways to get to the same place in terms of handling. He hasn't driven his car enough and aggressively enough just yet to get the sense of that. And I have driven his car, and I appreciate that four-wheel drive, that push. But the steering in a tight spot, that's why it's kind of tough to break the wheels loose, believe it or not, even in sport mode. Again, Porsche views it, I think, as an engineering fail when you can break those tires. And it's particularly on this car, I think, because of that rear wheel steering.
I never knew that. Now, is that like that for all like the GT models, or?
You know, I can speak only for the 991.2.
Okay.
And it may be a GT3 thing. I don't know of it in any other car. I had a GT4, as I mentioned earlier, which did not have it, and I have a Boxster Spider at home, does not have it. Same year, 2016. And I notice a very big difference. In fact, to be honest, the GT3 has got very good handling. My Boxster Spider, my 16 Boxster Spider, better handling, owing to the mid-engine. I mean, despite this has even rear-wheel steering, handling still better on the Spider.
Wow.
That's a car that does everything well. It's not as fast, obviously, or as torquey as the GT3, but I got to tell you, for $100,000, you cannot buy more car, and you can't buy more Porsche. Don't get it wrong that because it's a Boxster, it's somehow a lesser vehicle. That's not accurate. You got to drive one of those to know. Particularly a Spider version, you know, they're specialty cars. They're not quite GT cars like the GT4 is. Unlike the GT4, there is no GT3 shared suspension in the Spider. The GT4 does have it, and that is a notable difference. Although it doesn't need it, and not that you would drive a convertible that hard, although I know some folks who do. I noticed that's sort of for us in my family, and my wife and I drive it. It's our kind of like our Sunday driver cream puff. She doesn't want me to put any aftermarket stuff on it, and I haven't. It's just fun. We'll use her phone through the stereo system, and she'll play DJ, and we'll remember old songs, and she loves it, and I love it for that reason too. But it is
awesome. It's
a monster. You can baby it and turn off all the buttons and just have a very calm, fun time. And that'd be the last car to leave my garage.
Wow. I would have never guessed that. So I don't have any experience with this car or that car. My Porsche experience is a Cayman S and a GT3 RS, and those are my two experiences with them. And I was never truly a really Porsche enthusiast, I guess you could. I don't want to call it enthusiast, but I never loved Porsches until I drove that Cayman S, and I was blown away by that car.
Not surprised. Few of us, and you're probably an exception, Zane, but few of us can use the capacity in these Porsche cars that we bought. My wife has a Macan S as an example.
Okay.
It's the best sounding car in the garage. Stock exhaust. It is the sport exhaust. I have driven the Macan Turbo, and as I say to my friends, my car buddies, nobody needs that car in the sense that it is just so much capacity. It is elegant violence, to coin a phrase. I was test driven in one of those cars as passenger, and I almost lost my stuff. And I begged the guy to take me back carefully, and instead we bought the Macan S. It's an amazing car. I think people would be shocked if they knew what a Macan S could do.
Really?
It is amazing. But GTS Cayenne, which is my daily driver, and it feels like a living room on wheels.
Wow, that's high praise.
It's a tightly packed car. We got 79,000 miles on it. It's a 16. It always cleans up well. It looks well. It's rugged. It's durable. I never ever had a problem with it. I'm sure I never will. I just don't know what I'd do without that car. I'll keep replacing with those Cayennes. It's my second Cayenne, but I'll keep replacing until they don't make that vehicle. And the truth is, I happen to know, I think that's their second best seller behind the Macan.
That's some high praise. That's awesome. That's awesome. I in LA, because that's where I've always driven the Cayman, or yeah, the Cayman S. I didn't know how I would feel about it, and I was shocked at how extremely comfortable and like dailyable that it was. However, when you wanted to go, I was like, wow, like perfect. Like you couldn't have asked for a better car. Now, of course, there's practically no rear seat in it, so you know it's not necessarily a family car, but it was a 6-speed. The tranny was just smooth as silk, and I was in love with it. I could have driven that thing every day, and the one of the days it absolutely just downpoured, and even in the rain it was just stable. I was blown away.
It's a lot of fun for the money. That Boxster and Cayman platform. I have some very dear friends that are very well-meaning and are long experienced in the Porsche vehicles, but ultimately they see a Cayenne, or they see a Boxster, and to them it's not the same as a 911. They're not wrong about it, but you can have an awful lot of fun and get as much as a 911 will give you. You'll never go beyond the capacity that car has for you. You'd have to be near to a pro driver to run up against a problem not having enough car. They do everything well, and it's a tremendous value. And, you know, you buy it a model year later, or you buy it a couple years later, a little bit of miles, maybe a half dozen or a dozen or 15,000 miles, and you got yourself, you're buying all car at that point, and somebody else's depreciation. It's a total winner.
That's awesome. Puts a smile on your face. That's the thing I love about cars. Like, every car is different, but anytime, slow, fast, you just get on it. It's just a good feeling. So I never officially signed off on the video, and I want to do that right now by giving a huge thank you to Mike for allowing us an in-depth look at his beautiful GT3. That car is incredible, not only on the performance side of things, but also just the aesthetic look to it. The wheels, the HREs, are just mind-blowing. You got the gorgeous carbon ceramic brakes. You got the wrap. Beautiful. He has a few other Porsches. I know you guys heard that as well. So I'd like to, we talked about potentially meeting up in the future and doing another video like that with his other cars. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Once again, I want to give a huge thank you to Mike. With that being said, I'm going to end that video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have not already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ding the notification bell so you guys get notified every single time that I upload. I make videos all around cars and all around business all the time. So if that's something that you are interested in, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. Either way, I will catch you guys right back here for the next video. Peace out, and remember, you create your own story.
If I kept it to myself, then how would I be real? Kept it to myself, then how would I be real? I just dream into existence, see the money, then it's real. I just keep my friends close, cause they all know the deal. If I kept it to myself